Hi, my name is Elena. I am 24 years old and I was diagnosed with POTS about 2 years ago. Um, when I was 21, I had a really bad concussion, and I also had some strep both before and after, so I was on 2 rounds of antibiotics, and that's kind of what my doctors have been thinking that caused my POTS. After that, it was a few months before I started seeing symptoms. Then it started as getting really tired all the time, and then it was sleeping way more than I needed to, but feeling like I hadn't even slept 10 minutes. Life got really hard when migraines started kicking in. I was getting nauseous all the time. I was dizzy. I only fainted a couple times, but when I did, it was very out of the blue. One was during a procedure when I saw the needle and just fainted in the chair. Wasn't even standing up. Another time was I just got out of bed too quickly and I fell on my floor. And those are about the only fainting things that I had, but it was just a combination of so many symptoms of dizziness, and I couldn't work out because it would just make me feel awful afterwards. I would get nauseous and nothing would happen, but just the feeling would stay and stay and stay, and it just was awful. I finally got a diagnosis from the Mayo Clinic in Scottsdale, Arizona. I was still in school at the time, but just a couple weeks later, just trying to do it all myself, I just couldn't, and ended up having to drop out of school 5 weeks before graduation, which was one of the hardest decisions of my life, because I had always been a very serious student. I loved to read. I was a film major, and so I was working on my senior thesis film, and half of it is still edited, and the other half just never really got finished. And for about a year, I just was bedridden, and I would go to doctors and started neurofeedback and massage therapy and things like that to work on my spine and, try to get that back. But things were working, but not quite the pace I wanted it to. I wanted my life back. I wanted to go back to school. I wanted to go back to Denver. I missed my life. And it was kind of feeling like that was never going to happen. And I was feeling very low. I was very sad, and because no matter how hard I was working, it just didn't feel like things were moving anymore. It kind of felt like I'd plateaued and couldn't quite get back to where I wanted to be. When my mom first suggested coming here, it was kind of oh, wouldn't that be cool if I could get into a program like that? And then one day during the summer, my mom says that I got in, and I was very nervous. I wanted it to work so bad, and I wanted to feel like myself again. And I was scared to get my hopes up. I was really nervous to believe in it, and but I'm really glad I took that chance, because now that I'm here for my follow-up, I did the 1 week program. It was a very big change of going from, staying in bed almost all day and only really getting up to go to doctor's appointments that maybe lasted an hour, and then pretty much going straight back to bed once I got home. But after I did Dr. K's program, around the 5th and 6th week, I kind of noticed I started having more energy. I wanted to go out and hang out with my friend. I wanted to go to dinner. I wanted to go shopping. I wanted to be out of bed. And that was a little strange. You know, I was kind of surprised by that. But that was a nice feeling. It was good to start feeling something, you know. And I also noticed that my sleep has improved a lot. I'm no longer sleeping 13 to 15 hours. I'm somehow gotten down to like 9.5, which for me is great. You know, just anxiety has kind of lowered, even though I've started feeling that maybe some of my medication that I was taking for my anxiety may be too strong now, because I've taught myself how to calm myself down. And that's kind of been really great to know that, you know, it's not a medication that's helping me. It's me. I'm doing that myself. You know, I was a very independent person before I came here, and I feel like I'm kind of starting to get that back. You know, I don't have to ask my parents for help as much anymore. And that's a really great feeling. It's an amazing feeling. I've had this goal of going back to school for the second semester in the year, and I think that I am getting close to that. It's about 3 months away, and before this, I was absolutely terrified to live on my own again. And now I'm kind of starting to think that it's not just this crazy idea that is in my head, but an actual thing that can happen. And that's kind of the best feeling ever. And, you know, I have to give it to this program. It's been really great, and everyone here has been really sweet and kind and helpful. And, you know, I kind of consider that I have a bit of a white coat syndrome now. I'm a little bit afraid to talk to doctors. You know, I'm afraid that they're just gonna judge me and tell me that's all in my head. But as soon as I walked in here, you know, they believed me, and they trusted me, and they wanted to help. And that's a really great feeling. And I guess that's my story. And I'm really glad that I came here, and I'm really glad that I took the chance, and I let myself believe it could work. And I hope it works for other people's too. So, thank you.